Hello, everyone. Hello, Anastasia is here. Welcome to Wednesday night. So it's really cold in Melbourne. It's actually absolutely freezing. I don't feel like even thinking about how cold it is. To be honest with you, it feels like the winter finally sort of hit the ground, and we are sort of trying to stay home and obviously being in quarantine and lockdown for the fourth time around. So it's very important for me to run this session tonight, and someone who already said or were interested in watching me tonight on probably get some answers regarding to UBIZblog and the potential of the business and obtaining the extra marketing channel for the business. So I decided to jump in and created these events for the businesses who already exist, for smaller businesses, for bigger businesses, for just the businesses who want just an extra marketing channel and want a bit of an extra content for the business. So I just want to introduce myself, and anyone who's going to watch me tonight, who's going to join, please put your hand up. So I know you're here. Just say hello or say hi or say put the plus or say just put your hand up so I know that you're there. And there's also chat available, so you will be able to there's no return connection unless you want to join the conversation. I can send you a separate link. But you're welcome to drop in your comments anything you want to ask in a particular question, and I'll be able to answer it. So for someone who doesn't know me, who I am, so my name is Anastasia. So I'm the founder of UBIZblog, Australian business UBIZblog. So initially it has been named UBIZblog, UBIZblog. I think that a lot of people pretty much understand what it means, UBIZblog. Yeah, so it's all about your business, and the most important thing that it's about the businesses in Australia. So the main and fundamental task and my goal is to help Australian businesses to get the name out there, and this is a different way. So it could be via the blog, it could be via the content, it could be via interviews. And I'm sure a lot of you already have seen me talking to different business owners live or face to face. So that's another kind of sort of opportunity for businesses if you want to go bigger. So today I want to talk about Australian business UBIZblog, just in generally speaking. So it has been created a year ago, and I celebrated a year in May, and it was very interesting and challenging time. So obviously being in lockdown, I was trying to come up with different ideas and promote those ideas through websites, online. I was trying to find different channels to make sure that people who are within my blog, they're getting some sort of a benefit out of it. So the most important thing that UBIZblog is focusing on is search engine optimization. So it's so-called CSEO. You probably heard about it. So search engine optimization is a very important part in any single business, especially if we talk about digital space. So for example, the situation like that, we're in lockdown, some of the businesses can't operate. So we staying at home, we're running our businesses online, and this is when you've got an opportunity for customers to find your business. So Australian UBIZblog is all about providing like 3 different services. So the first service, and it's pretty much the one I want to focus on today, because we knew, and I would like a lot of people to join the blog, because I want to give as much as I can to the businesses that just want to get the name out there, and the businesses who will be able to sort of shine and get that extra marketing channel. So the first service that I want to focus on is so-called business directory. So business directory is pretty much, we're all familiar what the business directory is. So the business directory is a platform for the businesses to put their details and put the profile within the business, within the website. So a lot of people who searching for example, for your business, say for example, you're running a jewelry shop and you want more customers to find you and you want more customers to click onto your website. So you're looking for different platforms where you can put particularly your business into different platforms. So those platforms is usually they're free. Some platforms they're not free, so you have to pay for the placement. It's pretty much like you advertising your business and someone else is actually hosting your profile. So this is what happens. So UBIZblog is not exclusion from the rule. So what I can actually do, I'm going to show you in a minute the steps how you can actually register and become the member. So the difference between the other businesses and between what I do is actually that I'm trying to optimize your content. So say, for example, you're running a fashion, you're running a retail shop. So all you have to do, you have to put your details, you have to register, and basically you put in information that you want to put into the profile, and basically it goes into so-called Aussie directory. So people, for example, who looking for you, they go to my blog, they find you in the blog, and they can actually contact you through the contact form. The difference is that what I actually do, I optimize your profile. So rather than just putting a basic information in the profile, like my name is da da da, this is what I do, that's it, they are my links. Instead of that, I'm actually optimize your profile. So this profile becomes searched on Google. So which means, for example, you run the fashion, you sell the clothing, or you having a photography studio, or you might be a mortgage broker, or whatever you do, it doesn't matter. You need more traffic that coming into your website. So UBIZblog is not just about providing that platform, but UBIZblog is actually optimized this content for you. So all you have to do, you have just to write a brief, about yourself. And basically my role is to optimize this particular text and convert this text into mini article. So this mini article will be shown in Aussie directory. So say, for example, when people want to contact you, they can actually read a nice story about you. The most important thing that it's free at this stage. So I decided to do free for all the businesses across, so we can populate Aussie directory and we can have a lot of different businesses across. So when people looking for jewelry shop, or they're looking for dessert cafe or spicy food cafe, whatever, they can find you in Aussie directory, but they also can find you on Google ranking. So I want to show you the screen. So basically where you have to go is, the first thing you have to go. So obviously it all starts with UBIZblog as it is. So I'm just going to share the screen. So basically this is the UBIZblog. So you have to click on ubizblog.com. So you're going to see a lot of different information here. So basically there's a lot of blogs here, right? So because I'm doing the blogging, I'm writing the articles for various businesses, and I'm integrating those articles within the blog. So basically what happens is, once you look at the website, so you're going to go to register, or you can actually click on become a member. Once you click on become a member, as you can see, there are actually right now, I've got actually 5 different options. I've got 5 different options. So the first option, the option we're focusing tonight, it's called Classic Ibiza. So the classic UBIZa, it's free business listing, more clients for your business. And you can see that it's a $0. So you're going to click on it. You're going to click on that. You can actually see also the description, what this particular listing provides you and what it actually gives you. That's why I'm here, because it's a lot of confusion and people don't understand. So basically, this business directory, it's not a standard business directory. This business directory is going to be optimized. So it's not just you put the content into it and wish it good luck. I'm jumping on this content. I'm going through putting this content through the special program. It's so-called Yoast. It's a very powerful program for SEO copywriters. And basically what we do, so once you've seen that, classic UBIZa, free business listing, more clients, I can see that there's a couple of people watching. Could you please put the hand up, say hi, how are you, or just pop it in here in the chat, hello, and just make yourself sort of visible. So I know that who is watching, and I will be able to sort of answer some questions and will be able just to refer to you. That would be absolutely fantastic. So I would really, really appreciate that if some of you would just say hi or just put the tick or heart or in the chat or something like that. So that would be great. So here you can see classic UBIZa, free business listing, more clients for your business. Yeah. So everyone can see that. Hi, Alexandra. How are you, Sasha? How are you going? Alexandra, by the way, is already a member. And actually, I'm going to demonstrate on her example how your profile is actually going to look like. So you will get to know Alexandra, and also you will see the example, a beautiful example, how your information is going to be stored. So basically what you're going to see is here. So it's 0. So what you do, you add, so you can see register your business, receive free newsletters, get your profile indexed by Google, receive more content on social media, Facebook, Instagram, get listed in Aussie directory, start networking, and additional ad channel for your business. Add to cart, so you're adding to the cart. Hi. So you're adding to the cart. And then you click here. You can see a little sign, view your shopping cart. Then you can see your cart. So, Sasha, are you able to see that? So you're basically clicking on that. You can see that it's actually subtotal is 0. So you proceed to checkout. So you're clicking proceed to checkout. Oh, awesome. That's good. All good. That's great. Proceed to checkout. And here you basically have to fill out information about you. You also create your username and password. Whatever you want to choose, it's entirely up to you. So you choose you put in your details here. Then you place the order, as you can see. Say, I'm not going to register now, but it's like an example. So you click on place an order. And basically, it will get you to the page where you have to choose the payment. So the payment will be PayPal or bank transfer. So you just choose bank transfer and you just don't transfer. Okay, so so you click bank transfer, submit. So I'm gonna get your listing and I'm gonna start working on it. So once I get your listing, I have to make sure that all information is there and don't stress too much if it's not there. So I will be able to add some images or some social media links and stuff like that. So what's going to happen next? the next thing that what's going to happen once you registered, so you're going to be in Aussie directory. And the example of your profile in Aussie directory is just here. So for instance, I've got Sasha's profile here. So we've got newborn family photos with an artistic eye in the west of Melbourne by Active Pixel Photography. So we've got photography services here. Sasha already got 193 views. So in this profile section, you will be able to see how many people actually viewed your profile. So which is great. So it gives you a bit of guidance how well you're tracking. The most important part for me as the writer here, to make sure that your profile has got green button, and this green button called search engine optimization button. So I have to make sure that before I'm actually improving your content to go live, that this content is actually optimized, and it's going to be ranked on the Google really, really well. So which means when people searching, for example, for particular content, like say they're looking for newborn family photos, this is number one phrase in Melbourne. Yeah, so we've got here a couple of phrases that actually aligning with what people searching for. So this is what people is gonna find. Like for example, I'll just do just probably in different screen. So I want to show you how Sasha's profile, for example, is looking, and you can observe this profile on the search engine optimization. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to share the other screen. So you're going to see different screen. So the ones that is actually belongs to here. So here, for example, if I want to look at the, I don't know, for instance, if I want to look to how the way Sasha's profile is actually looks on Google. So as far as you can see, it's a newborn family photos with artistic eye in west of Melbourne. Yeah. So here you've got a bit of a content, you've got your photography, and the more we write about it, the better it's going to be ranked. So this is an example of someone being in an Aussie directory and actually the way it looks on Google search. So my role here is, rather than for you just to put the content in a free, putting the content in a Aussie in a business directory, and there's a lot of business directories across. There's a plenty of business directories, lots of business directories in Australia, and not just in Australia. But the difference is that I'm actually trying to optimize it before it goes live. So your profile has to create the difference, rather than just sort of, putting the information in there and wish good luck to it, so you have to make sure that it's actually optimized before you, before you actually share it and before you actually sending it over. So another thing I want to show you, like as far as you can see, so on an example of Sasha's profile, I'm just gonna remove this, and I'm gonna get back to stop screen. I'm gonna just share the other one. So we've got Sasha here again. I'll just put this profile as an example. So as far as you can see, so she's got like a lot of information here. So you're welcome to put information you want. So it could be any information that you think is related to your business. However, I'm always trying to create the beautiful story out this profile, so your profile is actually stands out. So I'm putting social links. Those links, they're going to be hyperlinked. So rather than just trying just to put the content that is not clickable, I'm trying to make sure, good evening, hi, how are you? I'm trying to make sure that those links are clickable. So I'm actually hyperlink them. So the more links you've got within your profiles, the more potential exposure you have, right? So if you looking at the profile, like as far as you can see, we'll pop it in there so you can see better. So here you've got Alexandra's, for example, active pixel photography Facebook is hyperlinked. Her website, you've got the other website with that for her kids and as a family photography here. We also talk about her points of difference. What does she do different? So when people read your profile, they actually understand a bit of a more content about your business, what she's actually doing. It's very important to provide a great photography here because photography, people love photography. So the photography is like a number one thing. When you're creating anything, the first thing that people are looking into is a photo. So the photo should be fantastic. And basically on the side, on the right side, you can see her contact details. So the contact details, where she's located, her email address, and people like, or your audience will be able to, seems to be very interesting. This is what exactly I'm looking for. This is what I want. I'm in Melbourne or I live in West. I've got the baby just now. So I want a great photography. So I found what I wanted. So let me contact Alexandra here. So there's a contact this listing owner. So they will be able to contact you and submit their request. So it's not just a purely information, couple of photos and contact form. This is a little mini story about the journey of that particular business owner. And this journey is actually backed up and optimized. So this is the difference between a normal business directory that you're creating on your own and doing it very quickly and just submit it and wish it good luck, wish for the best. This is something that you give it to me and I'll be able to sit down, break it down your profile into segments, target it, target your headline, target your SEO, and being able to provide and inject as much information within your profile as I can. So this is an example of one of my recent members. So the other, for example, profile, I can show you another example. For instance, the profile that was really, really successful is this one here. So I'm going to just remove and share another profile I want to share. It was a very successful profile. So this person got close to 900 views here. So it's a massage business. It's a mobile massage business. Hi, Andres, by the way. The job you're doing is just amazing. Thank you so much, Alexandra. So your profile, by the way, is absolutely incredible as well. So in terms of the SEO, you've got it in green. So which means the keywords we're targeting, they pretty much great. So we need to continue targeting those particular keywords because the amount of content within the profile and the headliner and hyperlink, they matched up. So it turned green. So I'm very happy for that. So thank you so much for being with me, Sasha, and thank you so much for just jumping and just, just putting your hand up and just, register. So another business I just want to quickly show you is mobile business, mobile massage business. This person Andres from Experience Mobile Massage. Experience Mobile Massage. He's actually also startup. So he's a recent, he signed up last year, and his profile was very, very successful as well. And the reason it was successful because we came up with a short story as well for his business, and we also got it optimized and got it optimized really, really well. So as you can see in this profile, he provided me with some photography. So you will be able to see 10 benefits of mobile massage services by Experience Mobile Massage. So here again, so rather than, for example, just saying Experience Mobile Massage and putting a couple of words and contact form, so what I did, I actually converted this profile into mini article. So what I did, I looked into the SEO organic search, and I could see what actually could be searched better. And I found that if you pop it in some words like benefits, advantages, quick and easy way, and so the profile will look more like it will be stand out. So 10 benefits of mobile massage services by Experience Mobile Massage. Well, we all want to know what those benefits are, because we know about massage, but there's a 10 of them, right? So there's a 10 benefits of mobile massage services by Experience Mobile Massage. So in this case scenario, people can find this particular profile by this headliner, but they, rather than just trying to identify the benefits, they will be able to land on this page, and they will be able to see who's actually that person in the space in Melbourne who provides you with those 10 benefits, and contact that owner and be able to make a booking and stuff like that. So this is something that is different to any other business listing. So it's a conversion of information into mini story. And the mini story is, we're talking like 300, 500 words. When somebody who's reading about that person, they're already trusting and they already know that person. They already understand, oh, this is legit. It's a great business. I will contact the business owner, or I'll make a booking. So this profile was quite successful. And as you can see on the site, so it's 889 views this profile had. I think it's quite a good number. So the great part of this, that I'm not just putting this content on my website, I'm actually sharing those profiles across social media platforms as well. For example, if you have, say, if you're running a magazine, or for example, you running you're a florist, yeah, you creating beautiful flower bouquets, so stuff like that. You're based in Sydney, you have a smaller business, etc., etc. So what I do in this particular case, when the profile goes live, I reshare this profile across the platforms that actually related to that particular business. Again, it's a free service at this stage. For example, that florist based in Sydney, they started 2 years ago. It's a smaller business. They don't have a lot of audience, but they just want an extra channel. So that someone, which is me, that particular person starts sharing this profile across the platforms. For example, businesses in Sydney, Australian businesses, including this particular business on Instagram, and feature on my Instagram page. Again, it might be not necessarily bring you straight away a lot of followers, but it's going to provide you with an extra exposure, right? So that's another part. from time to time, I'm going through all these profiles and I'm checking and I'm seeing and I'm tracking how many views, for example, some of the particular businesses had. And some of the businesses, they need more views. So in this case scenario, I'm trying to build it up and I'm trying to help out. So I'm resharing the content from time to time just to remind people that this is the business. This is a business in Melbourne. This is a business in Sydney. This is business in Brisbane available. So people who are based in Brisbane or Sydney or Adelaide or Northern Territory, they will be able to see, oh, there's a business here that is actually next to me. At this stage, because we're young, it's a young blog, the idea is we want to populate the business directory. We want to make it shine. We want to bring a lot of customers as well to UBIZblog, so I can help you to get your name out there as well. So it's very important. It's like a two-way traffic, and it's a free service at this stage. So as I showed you the steps before, you just literally have to go to UBIZblog.com. You have to go to become a member. Click on Classic Ubiza, go through the steps. It will take you only 5 minutes. You get your login details. Then you go to register. So I want to just show you again. So once you get your login details, here we go. I'll just show you where you can register. So once you get the login details, when you became a member, so you go to register. You can see it, right? You can see the screen. So once you go to your login, so you go, so register my business, and then you put your details here, whatever is your username and your password is, then you click login, right? So if you forgot your password, you have ability to reset it. And then you basically, you will be able to fill it out, the form that will be provided to you. And then you will be able to, once you submit that form, that you add the listing, yeah, to your profile. So you will be able to actually become a member. So you'll become a member, you submit your details, you submit your listing, I'll get the listing, I'll shape it, and then a day or 2 days later, it's live. Then what you can also do, once you get a link, for example, I've got here, let me just close this page again. Once you get your profile online, you will be able to share the link that you actually have on UBIZblog across your platforms as well. You will be able to integrate this link within your blogs, website, social media, YouTube channels, everything you potentially want to include. So the more links you share, the better the outcome is going to be, because it's like a viral kind of sort of, you create the virus that spreads. Okay, so for example, what did I actually want to show you? So I wanted to become a member. So we looked at that one. Okay, so say, yeah, so for example, we go in here, just we'll create stop screen. Okay, so if we go back to newborn family photos, so we go back to that. Yes, so this is the profile. So if you go here, you can see, if you scroll down, so on the top, unfortunately, you can't really see it here as such, but you will be able to share a link. Link will be like ubizblog.com/directory/10, it's a different one. ubizblog.com directory, newborn family photos with artistic eyes, da da da. you can actually copy this link and you can paste it within your website or your social media platforms. So you can reuse this link as much as you want. You can embed this link. It's, of course, is good for me as well as a blogger because it's a two-way traffic. I provide the platform. It's a free platform where your business can land. I optimize this content to make sure it's increased, it helps you, it helps for you, it helps your business to increase your clientele. And at the same time, it helps me as a blogger because I've got more content on my blog. So it's a two-way traffic. It doesn't work in any other way. You can't just post somewhere the content and expect that tomorrow you're going to have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 clients. You're going to work as well. It's a two-way traffic. But on my behalf, I'm providing the free platform, an extra marketing channel where I look after it. I look after this particular profile and I'm saying, okay, look, what would you like to put in your profile? How we can make it better? Do you want to add more photography? Okay, you don't know this. Let me fix it for you. So this is something, it's a free content, then you can utilize. It's a free piece of content that you can copy paste and you can utilize within your business. You can, as I said, you can embed the link. You can literally click embed. I'm sure you know what I mean by it, and put into your website. By putting this into your website, you're going to have more backlinks. And backlinks, it's a different story because backlinks help you to increase your ranking within the Google search. So you're basically getting the free content that is shareable. I can see that someone else is watching us right now. Would love that someone to just, put your hand up, say hi, put in the chat little heart or plus one or plus two. Just be a bit of a more proactive and just maybe ask some questions that you have. So I'm here to answer those questions because this is a great opportunity for a lot of businesses to get their name. Who put the like on? Victoria, hi Vika. Come on in. Put some. Do you have questions, Victoria? Because it's very, very important. I know that you also run a business and I don't know if you're in that space to advertise it, if you want to promote it, if you want to, hi, darling. Do you have questions, Victoria? So basically, have you had a chance to see Alexandra's profile and the way it looks like in the Aussie directory? Just put the hand up if you did. Two-way traffic. Okay, Sasha. All right, so two-way traffic. Okay. So basically, when you create the content, right? I'm as a writer, for example, I can write the content for you, right? And this content, it's a shareable content. So one person that created a great piece of content, even if, thanks, Victoria, even if it's looking like, say, 200-300 words content, right? You've got your link, you know where to find this content, and etc., etc., etc. One person can share this content across all platforms. I can share to 50 groups, for example. But if you, on your behalf, grabbing this content as well, grabbing this link and reshare this link and putting this link into your website, into your social media platform. So it's so-called power forces. So the forces come together to make it stronger. This is so-called two-way traffic. Because one person I can create the content for you for free. It's a free piece of content. But the more this content is actually shareable, the more this content shared across all the platforms, the better outcome is. The more traffic is coming to my website, the more traffic coming into your profile. So you can't, for example, have one person doing all the share, because in my experience, I already had someone recently. He's a very proactive person. He's absolutely proactive and fantastic. Every single person, every single content I'm doing from time to time, he reshares that. He reshares that content across his platforms, and he's not even my member. So this is so-called when you give someone something and that person have to give something back. So together, this is how it all starts collaborate. Because you can't rely on one person resharing the content to everything, to every single group. That person for whom that content has been created, that person has to take responsibility and proactivity, being proactive to reshare that content across. I had a couple of for the last year, I met several business owners who were very proactive and some business owners who were not. And business owners who were proactive, even with Andres from Experience Mobile Massage, he reshared that content. He's checking how his profile performing. He's proactive in the way he collaborates. Because the content as it is, it can be created, but it has to be promoted. Plus Google, plus social media. So it's together. It's a together collaboration. So I don't know, Sasha, it doesn't make any sense what I just tried to explain. So this is two-way traffic. When not one person is doing all the work, there's another wave from the other side for whom the content has been created. That person say, oh, that's a great piece of content. I'm going to reshare in my groups. So this is what the two-way traffic. Does it make sense? I'll give you an example. When I started a year ago, I had someone, I didn't have any business directory. I had nothing at that stage. I had a completely different website. And I created a beautiful post about a mask. Yeah, we were in a lockdown situation. Hi, Mary, go around. I'm just talking about you. So basically, what that business owner did, she reshared this particular post across all possible platforms that she possibly could, like everywhere. So did I. We probably did like 30, 40 shares across. So that particular post, I had close to 10,000 views on Facebook. So the success of that post was just because we took that proactive part and we reshared it. So the idea of UBIZblog here, that what I'm trying to bring everyone closer to it, and you can ask any question about SEO or anything like that. The idea is to help the businesses to get a bit of an extra tracking, extra clientele to the business, like as the end, like as a long-term goal. And the idea is to create more content for them, the content that can have and they can use it for whatever reason they want to use it. They can utilize UBIZblog link. They can just copy paste the content they want to copy paste. So this is the idea. It's a basically free content for your business. So to register in UBIZblog, it takes you probably 5 minutes. And if, for example, you don't know how, or you're confused, you can always ask question, Anastasia, how to do that, how to do this. Because this is not just you log in, you register, you put your account, you put your details, click submit, and it goes there, and you're sitting and waiting that everything is going to be fantastic. It's about me optimizing this content, working on this text, then creating a beautiful hyperlink so you can actually use this link, utilize it. And in this case scenario, I get more traffic as well. Because a blogger, I need more traffic as well. So I get more traffic, you get more traffic. So this is what Twoway as well means. You know, it's a collaboration together joining the forces. As much as I've got another service, so-called, I can write the article for you, I can write the blog for you, I can do interview. It's another story. I just talk about next time. So it's something really, really great and something absolutely amazing. You've probably seen some of my interviews on YouTube channel. This is a number one step that you can take. It's called Classic UBIZA. Be classic, just sign in, and you know Anastasia will do the whole job for the whole process for you. You just give you a hyperlink and you just share this link and see how you go. It's an extra channel. If I'll show you one thing here, for example, I want to look how my profile performs. Let me just take any, I don't know, like I'll get the profile, how to save money on hotel and Airbnb accommodation that I created as well for another business owner. Here we go. So can you see it? Can you see this one? So it's how to save money on hotel and Airbnb accommodation with air rentals. So this business in particular focusing on saving money on hotel, Airbnb accommodation with air rentals. So rather than for me just saying business called air rentals, it doesn't say anything to anyone on Google search. So what I did, I converted this name into a question. So when people searching for it, what people trying to do? We're all trying to save money. We're all trying to save time. This is the two fundamental questions we want to answer. How to save money and time. And then the second question is hotel and Airbnb accommodation with air rentals. Yes, so who can help us? And where do we want to save money? We want to save money on hotels and Airbnb accommodation. So I converted this listing into a question, into mini article, you know, and he's got his hyperlink here and he's got his social media. If I want to check how to save money on hotel, Airbnb, and accommodation. Okay, let's just see if it's actually on Google. Let's have a look. So for example, I want to check if it's on Google now. So I copy paste it and I look on Google. I'll look on Google and stop the screen, and we want to share the screen. For example, if there's business on Google, how to save Google. So let me just see. Okay, so here we go. Save money on Airbnb and hotel accommodation air rental. So this article has been written some time ago. However, I've got him here. So save money on Airbnb and hotel air rentals. So in this case scenario, this particular business here, long term, my blog didn't come up but the business did. So this business, in this case, going to benefit from this article because we've got more keywords now for this business. So now it's on the ranking. Save money on Airbnb, on hotel and accommodation rental. So we've got them here now. Victoria, it doesn't make any sense for you. Because it's hard to sometimes maybe to explain it all, but it's a very simple thing. Yeah. So you basically, if you run a business, it could be any business, right? As long as this business is based in Australia, I'm not focusing on Australian made products only. There's a plenty of other groups in this space that actually providing this type of services. They're huge. They're focusing on Australian made products. So do I, but I'm focusing on Australian based businesses. So they don't have to be, Australian made soap or, there could be someone from Indonesia arrived to Australia and creating beautiful jewelry shop, or it could be someone, I don't know, from Europe, running the restaurant. It could be fashion designer, European fashion designer who is building the business in Australia. So it doesn't really matter as much as that person based in Australia and willing to and have a desire to receive an extra marketing channel. So this is what it's all about. It's very easy. So you go to become a member, you click on Classic UBIZA, you go through the props, you click on bank transfer, it's zero. So there's nothing at the moment. You just click bank submit. Then you get your login details. You go to register on the website as well. So you register, you put your details, and then you add the listing. There will be option add listing or listings. You add the listing, you go through the props, and basically this listing comes to me for approval. So I will be able to approve it, optimize it, and then 2 days later, it's live. Then I send it to you, so you'll get, oh wow, my profile is live, fantastic. You have your link, you can put it whenever you want to put it. I had a couple of business owners who actually integrate this link within the website, and I'm so thankful to them because this is what the collaboration means. These people, they took initiative and they put the videos, the links, they just embedded on the website. For people who, for example, know how to do it, it takes seconds to do that. So they embed the content within their content. So I get backlink, they get backlink. So it's two-way traffic again here. You get shareable content, and then I share, you share, and you just integrate it within the extra, and you get in the extra marketing channel. So I really hope that it all makes sense because there's a lot of confusion and there's some sort of a level of maybe misunderstanding, or people don't know how to do it, or they can't see the reasoning behind of it or explanation. So this is going to be like the live that hopefully will explain it all, kind of sort of reasoning. And if you've got a question now, Vika, Alexandra, you're live now. I've got here someone else I had here. Lano, if you want to just ask any questions right now, so I'll be able to explain. So apart from the free service right now, obviously, if you want an article, if you want something serious, you're welcome to there's another membership called Original UBIZA. So Original UBIZA, it's for someone who wants to get an article. So there's also Ultimate UBIZA. Ultimate UBIZA for someone who wants a content every month. If you calculate, it's like $30 a month for one article, optimized article. And if you want to have interview with me live, or well, live is basically just a conversation in lockdown. But if you want to have a face-to-face interview with a professional videographer, please check my YouTube channel so we can come up with the venue, time, day, and script. Again, I'm creating the scripts, the questions for those interviews, and we can have an interview as well. So it's another extra service that I do. So if no one has a question, has a questions, I probably talked today too long. I didn't expect it's gonna be a long conversation. Thanks to everyone who was here today, and someone who's gonna watch it later. And I had a couple of people I invited from Instagram today, new potential UBIZers. So I wish you the best, and please stay all safe. It's absolutely freezing outside. Even if you're Queensland or Sydney, I'm a bit jealous because it's much more warmer than here. So please ask me any questions that you have. If you have any suggestions, or if you have any sort of concerns, or you don't know how, or please step up and step in, and I'll be able to answer those questions and help you out. If you want to blog, or if you want any advice about SEO, for example, or how it's all working and why it's all working, why it's important. It is a very important, I should tell you. Okay, so have a lovely, lovely, lovely night, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Bye. You're welcome, Victoria.